All right. Look at that pretty overlay. It's so cute. All right, folks, we are up and running for Tuesday D&D. So, oh boy, who's our rogue? Yeah, there is a rogue tonight, dog. So hold on. So, Morthos going to get picked on a little probably. All right, folks, welcome to Tuesday night. We're here to go. We've got even a new surprise player tonight joining the group. But let's get started with introductions and review where things were 2 weeks ago. Free, you're up first.
Free Walker is the 5th level Goliath fighter. That is
Pig.
all.
This is Pig Iron, your 5th level human paladin. And I want to know, are all men from the future loudmouth braggarts? Nope. Just me, baby. Just me.
Murph.
I'm Murph is, and I'm a bard that's only 3 feet tall, but people see me and say, damn, you're small. But I fight just as big as my buddy Free. I just usually do it from behind a tree.
Oh, throwing it out. Morth.
Morthos is your 5th level tiefling adventurer.
And Bart.
And Bart is your 5th level half-elf sorcerer seeking dragons.
Danovan. Introduce yourself.
My name's Danovan. I'm a Ghostwise Halfling, Druid of the Deep Grove.
That's right. All right, folks. Players, 2 weeks ago, you found yourself, after escaping finally the stone monastery and fleeing, or not fleeing, or just maybe deciding to go back and regroup a little bit to
Tactically
leave,
withdrawing.
something like that, yes, and being chased for quite a little bit up the trail. You found yourself crossing over a very tall and very narrow stone bridge that scared the piss out of Pig, and basically almost had to drag him across the bridge to get to the town of Belliard, where you made yourself comfortable in the Watchful Night Inn with under the comforts of a Neshor Flirdin, who was the proprietor of the inn. And you've been slowly trying to find, heard a few small little rumors and stuff about the entourage and delegation of Mirabarians that had left. Trying to find out what's more is going on with them that have disappeared. And Pig and Murph proceeded then to get drunk. Murph wooed the crowd with his bardic skills until he got too drunk, and then he just kind of slurred and kind of played on his lute, or what is your instrument of choice, Murph? I don't even remember.
Well, I have
Some
the
sort of
lute
flute,
and,
right?
and some pan flute, I
Fill in
think.
pan flute, okay. So it sounded like a
Skin
lute. Yeah, it sounded like a lute, not a pan flute. So he was
A
drunk.
flute.
That's
It's
right.
an F lute.
And so, with that being said, we kind of left it there. We were, I think the morning had come around. It was going to, I think you wasn't sure. I can't remember if y'all did some stocking up or were going to go in town and kind of corral around to get any type of other provisions in this. Belliard is a cattle rancher type town, really geared toward livestock and the trade of livestock and some other goods. It is bringing up the other map that everybody can see on the northeastern of the Somber Hills in the Desern Valley. And that's where we find ourselves, really. Got just more reconning and kind of investigations to take place to get some more information about where to go next. So, it's morning time. Bright and cheery are we all. And, yeah. What are we doing?
Well, if I remember correctly, I had ordered up a plate full of greasy sausage for the drunken.
Oh, that's there. Oh, it was nice, greasy, hot, steaming, just, and it's boiled, just lovely aromas in
Both
the
boiled
air.
and steamed.
Yeah, boiled and steamed, yeah.
And steam.
Steamed. It is fresh for a pig to have a big old bowl of it when he stumbles down the stairs.
So greasy.
As the movie quote said, like I said, in a greasy ashtray.
Other than that, we need to find this Howard Pondengau, the town master and chief law keeper of the town.
Well, as the group has made its way down into the common room, in the back corner, another individual has come into town, and whoa.
Oh.
Thanks to Stir. That was loud. Woo! I gotta turn that down a little. Yes. You have a halfling gentleman that. Hey, sweetie. Hi, Wifey Poo. Sorry, Wifey Poo's here. The group says hi, Wifey Poo. Would you like to come say hi,
Wifey.
No, she hates it. She won't come say hi on the camera. It's so bad. I get some follow loves from everybody. No. So, see you later, babe. She hates me when I do that. All right. So, yes, there is a halfling that has been waiting for the group to come down. Because you know where he was sent from. You know some of his backstory already. You know, wherever you go, Praetor is sure to follow or send somebody else to come gunk up the works because he loves his rejects on the edge. And the halfling proceeds to make his way over to the group and introduces himself.
Who's all present?
Oh, they're all there.
Table?
Yeah, well, the last
so
one,
everybody?
as you were walking up in there, a large human paladin type figure came stumbling down into the common room last, very greenish in the cheeks and and a little pale, a little sweat beating off of him, even though he just woke up. And
I'm not going to talk to that guy.
yeah, and you're keeping away from this big pile, like I said, a bowl of pork and sausage that is sitting there, just waiting for this paladin to come down and have some, as the Goliath is just smirking in this corner, eating his breakfast.
I'm going to use my silent speech to talk to Murph, and basically just introduce myself. Just tell him that I've been waiting for them to get into town, and then after last night's display, sober up. And I figured I'd make my approach in the morning.
Mm-hmm. And
So just out of curiosity, this silent speech, is that basically telepathy?
Yeah, it's one person telepathy within 30 feet. So I can only talk to one person at a time with it.
Can I tell where it's coming from?
If I want you to.
Oh. All right. I'm looking
And I do.
around.
I do.
yeah, he does. But you have, as
Early
always.
onset schizophrenia.
Well, Murph has suffered from that before, so you never know. So. But you happen, when you look around and hear the voices in your head of this introduction, and then you hear Praetor, and you happen to see the typical calling card of all Praetor's minions is that this halfling happens to have
Hold it up.
Yeah, he just holds up his left arm, and there on his left arm is the lovely bracelet that it's just, you thought these were rare artifacts, but apparently there are a dime a dozen.
Just random people walking down the street with them.
That's correct. And But yeah, so he gives you the speech to let you know he's introducing himself, that he was sent, but that in typical Praetor fashion, he's there to he has some extra information and stuff to pass along to the group, but Danovan, being who he is, was just waiting and trying to survey the group before he came up to do a face-to-face.
All right. So I'm gonna check him out suspiciously to see if he maybe has any instruments of that I may recognize on his person. I don't like people like sneaking around. I kind of check him out. Does he look clean?
Well, he looks clean until like I said, until he holds his arm up and he's got the bracelet on his arm, and those match exactly to what you're wearing on your left arm, and that has been the calling card for entry into a group. To understand that, yes, so, he is who he says he is.
All right, so Praetor wouldn't send the person who stole my precious instrument to join the group. Okay.
That I can't quantify that in a comment for you. So,
just want to make sure I'm gonna keep an eye out for it. But,
as he's just eyeing me up and down, I'm like, anyway, and I start speaking in common. And I just look at the rest of the group. I'm like, I hold up my arm to the rest of them, and I'm like, hey, I'm here on Praetor's behalf or behest. He told me I can meet you guys here. Basically, tell them the same thing that I told Murph. I was here last night. Saw the whole performance. Bravo, by the way, amazing. And then it kind of spiraled at the end, but I figured I'd make contact with you in the morning after you had had a semi-restful night's sleep.
Did Praetor send our gold with you?
No, he didn't.
Send your what, Merv? Free. What did you say? I didn't hear you. Broke up.
Gold. Praetor promised us 100 gold to go on that last mission, and I haven't seen much of that yet.
Oh, but
I'm sure it's accruing interest. Don't worry,
Oh, it's accruing interest, all right.
Free's always about the bottom dollar, So Danovan, was there anything else you wanted to let him know about you, or
nothing right now.
Okay. Yep.
Just having met them, I asked them to give me the rundown on what they've been up to. Praetor gave me.
Yeah, about the only time that he when he sent you, they had basically gotten themselves, or going to be going into, or were staking out the monastery. And with your speed and abilities, he sent you on into Beliard he sent you to forge ahead a little bit. He knew that the group was there, but he knew that there was some action or stuff that needed to be checked out in Beliard, since the group hadn't been there yet. So that's kind of where you went. And he's very fortuitous in that he knows where to send people before the other group gets there, and you have basically been able to discern a little bit through you've just only been there for just a couple of days, and not that long before they got there, that the delegation had been in town in this area, and you've heard that they were supposed to be headed south to visit the Summit Hall to get a body of a slain knight there, and they never made it. Also, with some of your doings and interactions of just abilities to not be seen, you heard of a cattle drover who had met the delegation on the Destin Road before, just south of the town, not even just a few hours after they left. And as they went through and passed him up, he then happened to notice later on in that day a group of some warriors in blue armor flying on giant vultures that headed in the same direction as the delegation. And kind of just thought that was, weird. He never seen, these blue armor and white cloak figures riding giant birds. And,
Sound familiar?
don't they? And so you were just and you've also picked up a couple of weird rumors. And what you're hearing is that there is on the far west, eastern side of Belliard through the hills areas toward the high forest, somewhere in there, but there is apparently used to be an ancient, oh, that's really loud. Okay. Our folks here now, you guys that's a little too loud. All right, let's get that going. An old city, Dwarven Kingdom, used to be located out there somewhere in the sprawling hillside on the far eastern part of the valley area. And though it may be hard to find, there have been tales of monsters roaming the area, and there is belief that, and the tales sound too good to be true, but somewhere in these ruins, if they could be located, and knowing they're the king of this group of dwarves named Thorid Flametongue, is apparently still entombed there, and there is a legendary great axe that he was buried with. Danovan knows he's run into a few dwarfs of his time, and it didn't surprise me. He's heard these tales, but many people don't go off in that area because apparently even some of the most stout adventurers have not made it back. It's a pretty serious place over there, but that any adventurers.
I want that axe.
It's pretty bad. Apparently, it's a pretty badass axe, but it's very cursed area.
Imagine the gold we could get for it.
There is
Imagine the damage I could do with it.
yeah. So, but it's never been found. But it's out there for the taking. So he kind of relays that to you all. Well, Praetor has given him some insight as far as where the delegation is going on, and he has Danovan is there to relay this to you and to help provide his services. He is on he has some other desires and things that he's after, and Praetor knew that Danovan's time had come to go out and apply himself a little bit more than just the regular services that he had him and most of his typical people doing for him back in Waterdeep and in a couple of his places, estates that are unknown to most people. So there we are.
Okay, I want
to
to
get the delegation and go after Zach.
I want to go up and touch Danovan's face and maybe pinch his nose. I thought I was seeing double. When did you get here?
I'm gonna freak him out and wild shape into an animal right in front of him, like sitting on the table.
What kind of animal would that be? A pig?
I don't have my.
The wild shape. I put it in there.
Do you have the bestiary? Do you have the bestiary that you can open?
Not the monster guy, but the wild shape. The table shows you what you can. Oh, actually, it doesn't. Does it?
No, it just tells me what I can't do.
Hold on.
I can do an ape. I'm gonna do.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, pig. You're sitting there, all of a sudden, and the halfling turns into an ape, and he looks like he's getting ready to
and pinches your face.
Fling his poo at you.
That's just as I thought. I'm going back to bed.
So, Dan, anything else you want to relate to them? But if not, then your group is there. The halfling has indoctrinated himself in the group. Free is always skeptical. Bart and Murph, you'll find out, like to have farting contests with each other. So I would definitely stay upwind from them. Other than that, that's the rest of the information that Praetor gave you.
Dangerous. Might get dangerous with all this greasy food and a night of drinking.
Oh, it is. Trust me. Y'all are on a side table by a window. The Flirtin knows better.
Flirting. So, are there areas where we can look for like potions, of healing around here?
Yeah, there will be basic stock for you. We can go here. Inn is here. I believe we said the inn was this building. I believe we're back here. Let me make sure everybody's on the Belliard map. I believe we put our inn here. Was a little bitty inn. You will find a kind of a supply shop for components. Your healing potions are 50 gold a piece, as they are in the.
I'm gonna go buy some of those.
Yeah, you can buy 2 a piece. Just deduct gold pieces from your group, and you can drag them from the book.
So you can only carry 2.
Or
Okay.
well, they're not a dime a dozen. So
Yeah.
But
Would I have any money right now?
you would have 100 gold. He'd give you a little. Yep. But he said, please talk to the group. They have plenty of money. They'll be able to help you out on stuff if needed. Just tell Free to put it on. Praetor says, just tell Free to put it on the tab.
Right. I don't like using gold, so I use the gem equivalent.
Oh, okay. You'll have some gems then. And they'll take your gems here. But yes, so you can find most of the need all stuff in the equipment book and the player's handbook. Basic stuff. You can stock up on arrows. You can buy a couple extra quivers if you need them. You can tell me whatever else you'd like to buy. Or you guys have stuff. Did y'all sell everything? Do y'all have anything y'all need to get rid of? No, you've already done it all. Okay, good.
Yeah, we got rid of it. So Dan, you got some healing spells on you by any chance?
I do. I am versed in the healing arts.
Well, great. Then yeah, I'll spot you for a couple healing potions.
Do you have or need
Just make sure you remember that when I need some healing in combat.
I'm not familiar with everyone's voice yet. Who is that?
That's free.
Walker?
That's free. Yeah, free. He doesn't
I
talk.
took off 100 gold to buy you 2 potions.
See, look at that. Now, also, do you need a healer's kit, Danovan? You may pick one of those up.
Well, I have one. I will let you have it if you want it.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'm also versed in the art of medicine. So.
Okay, so yeah, take healing kit. I think it'd been used once or twice, so it can be recharged.
Yes.
Yeah, it can be recharged. So that'll be all cleaned up.
I'll drag it into the group inventory for you.
All right, thanks.
Can you? Oh, yeah. You can drag the item. I'll create the corresponding actions in his deal. So I'll remove that from your player sheet then, Free. So
I can pick mine up.
Yeah, just take it out of the actions tab, and then let's put Donovan's and his. Donovan's. Let's do a healing kit. Ooh.
So, with Pig sleeping, do we need to get his armor fixed up or anything like that?
I can mend
Okay.
any kind of like superficial damage that might have been taken.
Boom. Okay, so Donovan, you've got a healing kit did you put it in the inventory already, Free?
Yep, and he already dragged it to his.
Yeah, and then I put your actions tab. I set up a healing kit slot, so you've got 10 uses for it now. All right.
Cool.
There were 2 used already, so you can mark 2 off.
Well, I say you can
I would have
recharge it.
restocked it.
Recharge it. So you're fine.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, good.
I would figure that y'all would do that. What else, gents? Anything else you want to accomplish in town? What are we doing?
Can we try to get any more information that we may need before we head
Well,
off? Like, should we talk to anybody about the local area?
Yeah, that would be the townmaster, Howard Pondon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll talk to him. Dan, do you have an animal to ride on?
No, I don't.
Well, being a really big guy,
I get like
2 riding
really
horses.
teared up, and I just like bite my knuckle and I say, "Not anymore."
Yeah, okay. I've got 2 riding horses, so I can throw you on one of them.
Yeah, it's a sore subject for you. You perceive that there's something troubling there. That's all he'll say at the moment. Okay.
Yeah, I don't really care. Sorry.
It's free for you. So
I'll take a hit off of my pipe and say, hey, Donovan, you can share my ass if you need to.
yes, you find out that
Bet
Bart
you I'm
has,
into all the new adventures.
Bart is very sharing with his ass.
yes, he has an ass. Everybody else has a horse, but Bart, no, he has an ass that he rides. And so it's you'll find that out real quick too. All right, yeah. So yeah, you're supposed to visit or wanted to get possibly any more information. You were going to go visit with Halrud Pondon, the town master who's in the center of town. I marked in the keep area. You will find him there.
All right, I'd like to get up and maybe find a small chapel. I've got some atoning I need to do.
That would be down in the far southeast. You will
Hey,
see.
Dan. Sorry to interrupt, Duff. I paid 100 gold for 2 potions of healing for you. You need to add them on your sheet. You haven't done it.
Yeah,
Oh, got it.
yeah. Drag 2 potions for healing. Over. Everybody should have 2 in their inventory. Well,
Hey, Duff,
y'all-
it looks like I've got somehow I have 3 potions of healings. I've got 2 and then another slot of just 1. I'm not sure why that is, but
let's see. I think you dragged. We were using one that was in the part inventory. Had used. So you the other one's legit. So you'll hold on to those then. So everybody, at least a minimum of 2 in each body's inventory. So
okay.
I'll allow that.
Hey,
So,
Duff,
yeah.
I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
So, I've got a ring in my inventory. It's been there for a while. It says it's a ring of protection from ancient Netheril. Is that
Oh.
just a standard +1 ring of protection?
No, I've pulled up the wrong character sheet. No, it is not. The where is that ring at? Ring of protection. It is
It's
If you-
+1 AC and saving throws.
but it's only against the enemy of ancient Netheril.
So who was ancient Netheril and who are their enemies?
It's a good question. We haven't been able to discern that yet.
Okay, because I was thinking that Bart could probably use that extra bump in AC.
Yeah, it's a they were a wizard. Netheril was the home of a powerful wizard who walked Faerun many years ago. And they are located. Where are they located at? They are. There's some information here, but yeah, they are. That came off of. I'm trying to remember who that was over when y'all were in Phandalin. In one of the encounters there. Oh,
I think we took it out of that last one, the spider maybe.
I thought it was the wasn't the
Red Wizard of Thay.
That's what I thought it was. Yeah, it was from the necromancer and the zombies. He had something there, and
It was from somebody. I don't know.
yeah. So there was I think there's some animosity between the groups, but that's all. The ring is only good for protection against anybody of that. and nothing has stirred Bart's memory, limited as it is, of anything of Netheril being heard in some time.
Okay, well, we put this on. How are we going to determine when we get that AC bonus?
I'll know if you're going to wear it.
Or if you want that ring?
Yeah, I'll take anything that might help my AC.
Yeah, just you have to put it on. It's in the party sheet. You can put it over to you, but just hold on to it. I'll consider it being worn, but up and until then, it's not going to count for anything of use to you. You can't add it in right now. So
I could put bark skin on you, so your AC won't be anything less than 16.
Yeah. Solid. This group is also playing. This group, Monday group and Tuesday group, are both playing Princes of the Apocalypse, but they're not related in the storyline. They just happen to be running around. The Monday group's way far ahead of where this group's at. So just by time. So anyway, all right. I had a question in chat. What was going on here? They were like trying to figure out what this group was doing. We don't know, actually. So what else, gents?
I think you just need to track down this Hill Root Pondon dude.
So y'all head on over to the center of town to the little keep there, and you ask around, and you were directed into the main tower area where a gentleman is sitting at a desk. Looks paperwork kind of shuffled everywhere. Typical people coming and going, and he definitely gets attention when he sees the big Goliath come stomping in with this crew, and he goes and he kind of rubs his eyes a little bit and goes, "The stories were true. What was coming from the inn? You are one big fella. What may I do for you, sir?"
So I heard a rumor of a lost dwarven city. I was wondering if you knew where that was at.
The dwarven city, if you're talking about the old hall, dwarven hall, that lost. Many of the old coots and farmers and miners of the town and the area and time and all that have always talked about some great ancient dwarven city that is. Whoa! Thanks, dog, for the cheers as always. Over in the valley area, past Summit Hall. It's the old halls of the hunting axe is what it used to be called. Many years ago, ancient times, it was the main focus of the land, but there is an ancient, apparently an ancient dwarven, the king there is still buried there somewhere with his great axe, they say, but no one's ever been able to find it, and those adventurers have gone looking, unfortunately, have met their demise, and they were told to have been able to accomplish.
Is there anybody in the area who has ever claimed to have been there?
No, there is not.
We're the first.
We haven't been there yet. We got to find it.
Yeah, just Danovan, he'd picked up some of those old tales and he's relayed them to you. That he just, they were trice tales and talk between old cowhands, and it's definitely of elder generations talk about it. And the laugh that sends off the young to their deaths. You're going to need it probably, there's no door, he tells you if, anything for that, just lay to rest. It's an old wives' tale. Even some of the dwarves that come through here and the delegation themselves scoffed at the idea that there would ever be a lost tomb that they would not know where it was at. Of one of their great kings. Put it to rest. But I have no idea, or anybody, in charge around the area knows anything about it, or where it may be. we need our delegation back, and those gents need to be found quickly. That is a greater concern than an ancient wives' tale of dwarven and great weaponry.
So,
That was
so
the
what
next
about?
question. What do you know about them?
He begins to get a little nervous when he's talking about it, and he's just because of his concern for it. But he relates some very similar information that there have been more than one or two reports of some warriors in blue armor and white cloaks flying on some monsters or looks like giant birds seen near the Feathergale Spire, not far from Red Larch. Somewhere that sounds familiar to y'all. And that...
Yeah, we've been there. We went flying with those dudes.
Well,
Yeah, those guys are cool. I'd be more concerned with this Earth cult.
he has not heard about it, Earth Cult, but yeah, he said our delegation, that was coming through the area to pay a visit to most of the major towns, were headed to Summit Hall, which is south on the road here, going out of town on the Desson Road, and disappeared. Never made it to the hall. And no one has been able to, there's been a few search parties sent out, but most have come back empty-handed, or all have come back really, and have not had any luck finding what happened to the group, and this is of concern.
Well, we can ride south and see if we find them. We're going to go looking for those guys, and I have my owl look from the air and see if he can find anything.
So have you had any other issues with these people on the mounts, the flying mounts? Have you heard of any other stories of them causing problems?
No, they are fairly new. More of the people in Red Larch would know about it. I've only seen, we've only had a few tales. I have not personally seen them, but I've had only a few tales that they have flown up this way and stayed close to the river that runs through the Sumber Hills. And, we keep, we've been lucky to have been weathered, bad tidings here. I know as you go farther south, especially toward Red Larch, but even toward Ironford and Wamford, of tales of graves and of killings and of banditry that has been rampant in the area. Even some, I'm hearing every now and then, I've heard a story or two of some banditry on the river, which has been unheard of. And he kind of points. He points to a few things. He has a map that you all know well, and he points and he talks a little bit, and his finger keeps kind of going down in the river area, very close to where you think the Stone Monastery is at. Go figure. So,
Hey Duff, just to clarify, I think Pig Iron is still at the chapel. If so, I think I'll just head over to the town center. I don't know if I heard any of that or not.
No, you're at the chapel.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Making peace.
I'll wander back that way and maybe meet up with them.
Well, you ask around if anybody's seen a big, tall Goliath-like creature, and they all point to like they don't. He's a beacon in the town right now. So
okay.
Yeah, they know exactly where he's at. So.
All right. I'll wander in and.
Yeah, you find some kids outside all going, "Are you with the big dude? Are you with the big dude?
Yeah.
What's the stuff on his face? Is that paint? What's it paint for? It looks kind of funny."
He's just ugly. That's just his face.
He's kind of big. I didn't know they made mountains that walk. Man, his legs are big like tree trunks. Wonder.
Super friendly. Ask him for candy.
Has he got candy? No way.
And don't stop until it gives it to you.
Tons of it.
Okay, we will. And I'm going to go get my friends. We're going to follow him around and ask for candy.
That's a great idea.
Okay, be right back.
And I'll walk in. Hey guys, I talked to God. He is pissed.
He's upset.
I got to get back on the straight and narrow, and I don't know, kill something evil, I guess. So, what's the plan?
I've been hearing rumors about some dwarven city where there's lots of evil monsters.
Yeah. And a delegation of lost people.
And they probably did.
It's
Give
not
the old
quite
college
evil
try.
enough. I mean, real evil.
How do you
going.
whisper?
Right click on my
around.
portrait.
We can all see that.
It you don't is it? Oh, no, he can see that.
Yeah, it's /W space GM space.
Oh
your
yeah, you
message.
can right mouse click on the character portrait, and there's a little whisper icon on the left, little face icon. Bart, if you open it up in your library, it's not there.
No, not even when I go to modules.
Hold on.
I was trying to look at my storm sorcery, but it says a module that's not loaded.
Oh yeah, here it is. Hold on. Coming down. For some reason, it was closed on my end. Thank you for bringing that up. I'm bringing it up real quick. Let me see. Bolo's Guide. Okay. Sword Coast. Player's Handbook. Evil Companion. Fumbles. A Wild Surge I got to put on for you guys because that comes into play every now and then. Conditions and effects are there.
You're
Okay.
a wild sword.
Wild
Sorcerer.
Surge. Yeah, Magic Surge. I had to actually hit them
That's
last
awesome.
night.
It
Okay.
goes wild magic.
No one did. They hit one of the critical hits or fumbles called for a roll on the table. Yeah. All right, Bart, that should be downloading to you.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, dog. That's all the books, all the modules. I have it all. But then when you buy Yawning Portal, you get 7 more modules there that come with it, and so yeah, I got stuff, baby. I got stuff. I made a commitment to this, so that's why I do the ultimate, so everybody can play and just live live off of my goodwill. No, anyway, I'll stop toting my own horn now. All right, so other stuff that you hear. Trying to think. Let me see. A gentleman had come into town, a trader, of just kind of odds and ends that the town master talks to you about, and it was named by the Valivo. He had a dwarvish book, beautiful book, that he was showing off, and they've lost track of the guy. He's probably somewhere in town still or trying to sell the book, but he would not let anybody see. Yeah. So.
Is there any way that if we were to head back towards the stone bridge and went down, like, could we secure passage down that river?
They don't have that you asked. Where is the
Maybe the little river south of town feeds into the big river, and we could go that way if we wanted to travel by water.
where is our 1 second, just yeah, here's the bridge, just so you know, Dannon.
Oh yeah, that river looks plenty wide enough.
Mm-hmm. That bridge gives the pig, he pisses in his armor when he sees that bridge.
Oh, we're not going. I don't want to go on the bridge. I want.
No, he says that you might have that. There's nothing really. There's no type of settlement or anything close to the bridge area because it's the bridge is it's kind of warded with magic in that area. You might be able to try to catch a barge or some type of if you wanted to wade along the river's edge, maybe a floating travel barge might come down, but they really Baliard hasn't worried about it. They do cattle trading in there. Some of their traders they head on to there used to be a a town, a little where is it? I'm trying to look for it. Sorry, I had it right here in front of me. There is a fort area that is right off in the southern part of the river, in the hillside, that used to be a post area for, ship trades and water trade.
Down.
Yeah, I'm trying to find that real quick.
Well, I can use water walking, and we can all just ride down the river.
It probably is true. Trying to find out where that's at. I'll pull it up in a little bit here. But yeah, he said, that you'd have to just kind of wait for them. He doesn't handle most of his stuff's done down in Ironford and Wamford and all that down in the southern part of the valley, where most of the trade comes out of from off the water and moves up and down. River Guard, that's it. River Guard. It was an old keep that has seen better days, and it is just off the water area, kind of. If you're on the map, I'll show you. So it's kind of right into this area where River Guard is located at, but there's not much use to now. There's nothing really there, he says.
As a party, weren't we originally heading toward Wamford anyway?
Well,
I'm gonna head south of
Where is
Bellyard
that?
toward Summit Hill to try to find the
when y'all left Red Larch, y'all were going down that way and heard some graves and found some stuff, but then the spire caught y'all's attention when y'all you'd gotten, I think, didn't you get waylaid or have an attack that some of the earth cultist or whatever, something like that, something waylaid y'all, but then y'all found the spire and did some dealings with those people. Yeah, the Feathergale spire was here. Yeah, where that's showing. And then y'all were led to believe, or led on a mission from the commander there at the spire to go over to the monastery, where y'all spent 4 sessions getting out of that monastery, and then headed on up, fled there, or headed post haste up there over the bridge into Bellyard, and doing some recon on the delegation.
Well, I'm not going back to the west. I'll go south and I'll go east, maybe even north.
Yeah, I think that we need to go south towards Summit Hall to look for that delegation. We've talked about that for quite a while now, so, and for some reason I'm thinking that will take us back the way that this map looks. It might take us back to the Stone Monastery. Somehow we'll end up there again.
Well, they shouldn't have too much left in there.
Well, and we got an extra
Ape man.
Yeah, we've got an ape man. We've got pig iron and ape man. All right. So what do you say, guys? Let's go look for some dwarves.
I'm with you. I think we should go look for the Lost Warden City.
No. Some. We'll get there too. We'll split all the gold from
Well, look at it
selling.
this way: if we go to that Lost Warden City, we find this missing tomb with the great axe, and all the rest of our fights should be a lot easier.
Yeah, if we survive getting it. Which
Why
is
would we
about-
survive?
Huh?
I'll survive.
Well, I'm more worried about you, Free.
Well, yeah, I'd be worried too if but I can trust I think Pig Iron and Morthos to have my back, right?
Yeah, well, you did die twice, or 3 times.
Well, yeah, I kept having my backup going off in their own direction instead of hanging out.
Well,
Hearing your horror stories about your previous adventures don't fill me with too much confidence.
I'm kind of
We've been-
free on
we've
this
been-
one.
Yeah, we've been dead before.
Yeah, when they begin to talk, you hear something about the stone monastery comes up. Donovan, they kind of shiver a little bit, and their scowl. Free gets a scowl. Murph and Bart, they kind of get these scared looks, and then there's every now and then you hear something about a whale. You don't quite make sense of it, but there's a flying whale that has haunted them for some time since they've been to the monastery.
The old Desserin River
Yeah,
whale.
there's a flying whale. You just kind of like, that's probably from the drink still in them from the night before, but they bring it up every now and then. They just, and that damn whale.
Wasn't that supposed to be a falling whale?
Well, it was originally supposed to be falling, but it has stayed up in the air for some unknown reason and has not fallen yet. And
Yeah, updraft.
it apparently has the unique ability to be able to catch itself and fly a little. Unheard of in this age and in this area, a whale being
I'll
able
say
to do
I'm a
that.
druid and I've never heard of that.
Yeah, well, you never know when it shows up.
I'm a little sad that didn't come up in my performance the other night.
Yeah, you totally forgot to talk about that and sing about it. Well, it was too much to, it always kept it kept itself in the sunlight where it couldn't be seen well enough.
Okay.
So you're thinking now with a good night's rest that it was just a figment of your imagination, or was
Yeah.
it? Or
It was probably that flower pot.
Yeah, the flower pot preceded it. That actually did not fly and landed next to Bart, almost hit him in the head. That's right. And Donovan, you're hearing all this going, what in the F-bomb are they talking about? And you,
I'm just looking out the window like daylight. Is
what did
losing.
what did Praetor send me to, the asshole? All right, guys.
All right,
So
let's slow this joint and go south.
okay. So the viewers are also going, what the hell are they talking about? I don't remember that being in the module. Well, it's not. It's made up. All right, so we're headed out of Belliard. It's it's getting toward afternoonish time, and you proceed to head down the road, and just a ambling pace, passing, coming and goings, wagons and traders and town folk making just
And the
Making
whole
it-
time, I want to have my owl up in the air doing wide circles.
I know
looking
your
for
owl's
anything.
always doing something, and when you bring the owl in to out of its pocket dimension and send it off, another tear falls from Donovan's eyes.
Just wants to be free.
So yes, but you do catch that a simple tear and a little sniffle. Yes, you proceed onward, folks, and you get roughly, we're going to say, as you're heading on south, you're proceeding in, and the owl then, it's nighttime's falling, but he happens to notice off the road a ways to the west, there would be a few dozen vultures flying in and around an outcropping rocky area, sparsely. It's somewhat woods, in the hills and all that, but they seem to be definitely onto something or feasting on something.
Okay, we'll have the owl go investigate, and obviously it'll alert me about it.
The owl proceeds to go off to the west of the trail, and in a small little dale, just on the other side of the hill there, kind of what you're seeing on the map. The owl spots what looks to be some bodies and some type of battle. Something's happened here. that is fairly because it's on the other side of the hill or how it took place over here, but it is not where the delegation was supposed to be. But he,
Does that look like dead dwarves over there?
well, he does, he but he doesn't get too close because there's the vultures. So, but he sees several, probably a dozen more so bodies laying about, different sizes, different makeups of what he thinks they're wearing. But to get him to fly in and all that might put him in jeopardy for the vultures.
Okay. Well, I say, all right. Well, they all found the delegation. Let's go find this lost dwarven city.
Are we sure that's the delegation?
It looks like some small bodies. They're all dead. They're being eaten by vultures. So, I mean,
Well, let's go check it out.
if you insist.
Does this appear to be the location that the Feathergale Spire had their looking glass pointed, where I saw the person disappear into the solid wall?
No, you are far, far away from that. So, the Feathergale, if you remember on the map, is on the far western side of the map. Kind of like where I've got the circle is, and he was pointing you toward, God darn it, map pointers.
Well, I thought it was across the river, because that's why we decided not to investigate that, was because it was over the river and we had no way of crossing the river.
I don't think it was over the river, was it? I may have been.
I don't think so. These hexes are 10 miles.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
That would be a long
It was a valley area though, and there might have been some water in there, but it definitely was not a river this size. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And his glass wouldn't have seen that far. But back to our discovery.
Yeah, let's go investigate and drive off some vultures.
All right. Well, it's getting to be nighttime. So are we going to do this at night, or are we going to camp up somewhere? What would you like to do?
Let's go ahead and look. We've gone this far.
Okay.
I think maybe we should hold off. If there's any kind of tracks or anything that we can follow, we go blundering in there in the dark and get obliterated. So it may be best to camp and then go in the morning.
Yeah, the owl comes back to you also. He comes back and he reports some perception when you're reading him that he is flying back. He did a couple another large circles of the area, and there seems to be just right off side of the body areas. There's maybe a couple of wagons that look to be broken up and shattered, and some wreckage kind of pulled out also from kind of hidden under a tree area. So
can you get close to that without the vultures?
no, the vultures are all over the place. So you would take a chance if you wanted that.
Yeah,
Do you think the vultures are gonna eat all the evidence?
well, the vultures are going to probably eat the dead bodies. I doubt they're going to eat any tracks in the ground.
Yeah.
All right.
What if they swallow something that we need off the body?
Shiny rings.
That's a poor way to go, is to be eaten by a vulture.
I mean, if they were alive, yeah. But I mean, being dead, I doubt they really care.
Yeah. So we're going to go. What's the decision? Are we going to hold up just outside of the area, or are you going to go on there and look?
I'd like to go take a look.
I'll go with the monkey man.
Yeah, I can shape into something a little stealthier.
Like a
and
vulture.
go- No, I can't fly yet.
No, you can't fly. That's true. That's true.
Well, you could walk as a vulture.
Well, I don't want to split the party, so I guess we'll all go.
Well, it didn't take you long to begin to get closer. That the smell is definitely of death, and blood You can
Oh.
pick up on that.
Is
Yeah,
that Bart or was it Murph that smells that way?
could be Bart. You never know.
That's good, Bart.
And you begin to see, armor pieces, broken arrows. You then start to come across and you see what looks to be soldiers, definitely several soldiers dead on the ground. They're dressed in black surcoats bearing the emblem of a red axe.
Are these dwarves?
They are nope, they are humans, but you do see a few dwarves and some other attire. Same thing with this red axe, which happens to be that on your talk within Beliard that this is the emblem of Mirabar, and
Is that where the
definitely
delegation was from?
yes, the Midbarians. That was the delegation, and most of definitely these bodies that you've seen are definitely chopped off heads, sword strikes to the guts. This is battle injuries. There are a few that lie in some craters, or jumbles of broken rock. Off to the side in Wool Area Cropping are some wagons that have been definitely looted, broken up apart, tried to set on fire. There's some trunks, that are open up, and the loot's just kind of laid out on, spilled on the ground. There are 2 rock cairns, one large and one small, stand atop a little nearby hill, I need anybody with Arcana may make me a roll.
Hey, Bart, get a detect magic going and sweep this whole area.
I don't have detect magic.
Bart already says that.
One of you guys has it.
Well, Bart looking around goes, whoa. He can tell by the way that the craters and the rocks just kind of all pulled apart when he saw the cairns that there was some earth-based magic going on here. This isn't natural, what he's seeing. But what you're looking at, it looks to be escorts and soldiers, but in it, nothing of delegate bodies of finely dressed dwarves or those that look like they're in charge. You have found none of those bodies. This is pretty much all, hired. These are like hand servants and guards and protection groups, that are dead here on the ground. When you make your way up to where one of the on the hillside area where there's some rock croppings at, digging around, you find the bodies of 5 dead bugbears, and they are dressed in black leather armor, and they have the lovely triangle symbol on their chest that you are oh so familiar with.
Cool.
Yep. And you look over to the small little cairn that's on the hill, and there is a body of a human woman that is covered and wrapped in monk robes, and you find that she is wearing a strange golden mask shaped in the face of a snarling gargoyle.
Does that look like the other one we have?
Close. Close. It's made of, but once you fill it around a little bit more, it's made of gilded tin, and it's not very valuable. It's not as quality, but it's close. And
We got a matching set now.
Yeah, you definitely, just for Danovan, this symbol they have seen around and have been able to discern that it is Earth cult symbol.
We don't like them, right?
Survival checks. Anybody's got survival? Give me a roll, please.
I got it. Murph, are you around?
Am I around? I assume.
You got gone to sleep on your icon there.
Oh.
No, I'm here.
He fell asleep.
You got detect magic?
I got
do
it.
not.
Okay. Well, let's get one of those going and sweep this area.
All right, I'll sweep the area with the detect magic as a ritual.
While he's doing that, Free is doing it. Is kind of curiosity. Unfortunately, picks up a little bit. Even his mind is on a dwarven city far to the east of here, but he begins to see that there is a set of tracks that head. What you see on the map, they head several miles toward the west into the hills, roughly a size of what he's making out. A lot of bugbears. You're going to guess between 20 and 40. There's just the way the tracks are, maybe 25 to 30. There's a lot there. And humanoids wearing boots. Definitely, human size.
Hobgoblins or orcs.
Well, they're humanoid sized boots and a lot of bugbear tracks that head straight and down a little bit toward the banks of the river. But as it's gotten dark, you haven't ventured far, but you see they begin to leave and head,
So you said they're heading west towards the river?
Yeah, southwest. Yep.
They look like they're heading back towards that monastery.
Yeah. All good things lead back to the stone monastery.
I told you we should have burned it down.
You tried. It didn't work.
All right, so
Needed more
now we
tables.
know that the delegation that may still be alive, they may be captured. So we could tell the town guy in Belliard and we can go look for the small city.
Did they mention a reward?
Nope.
No? Well, we should probably be good citizens and go save them from definite demise. We know what's in that area.
Well, I've never heard of being a good citizen getting anybody a badass axe.
Well,
Maybe you should try it. You'll be the first.
yeah. Maybe if we, this dwarven delegation could lead us to a dwarven.
Yeah, maybe they'll give you 2.
It's a dwarven axe. It's probably tiny.
Then I could use it in one hand. They call it a great axe. All you guys want to go after these dwarves?
Yeah, it's the right thing to do. I should help them, I guess.
You don't really sound all that sure about this, David.
Well, I'm on the outs with the old man.
Damn.
Oh my lord.
You did talk about being on the outs with their old lady. I didn't
Well,
really have it.
let me see real quick. You guys are in. All right, so you guys make it through the night. Is a small, camp set up just right outside the disaster area, and morning arrives.
All right, I guess we'll go out to the dwarves.
All right. Awesome. Let's do it. So,
What are we doing?
Packing up, getting on the road. Feeling great this morning. Feel like I want to do some good. Smite some evil.
We're following the tracks.
Is that what you're all doing?
Yeah.
Follow the
Yep.
tracks. They take you to the riverside's edge, and looks like there were some boats or keel boats, some sort of transportation was there that docked up, and there was a large section of them, and then the tracks stop at the river's edge. And the river flows south. It flows Derp, just so you know, but it flows down on the map. Not that you needed to be told
so
that.
they got in boats.
Looks like they did.
Well, lost the trail.
Yeah, they're probably dead anyway. We've been hearing about this missing delegation for at least 2 or 3 weeks. So if they are captive, so they would have been ransomed by now or executed.
Yeah, so let's go look for this lost city. It's probably still around.
And I don't want to go back to that temple again.
We've
I've never
almost
seen it.
cleared out the temple. We got this, guys.
We got to get back
can
there
do
before
it.
they reinforce it. That's what I'm
Well,
saying.
if I'm following these tracks right, it looks like it's 20 to 40 bugbears plus a lot of humanoids. If they went back to that monastery, then they just got a crap load of reinforcements.
Yeah, but
Yeah, that's
then
right.
you may have-
Yeah, and we know there's no hostages there because we've been in every room of that monastery while we were running around from everyone.
Well, actually, we haven't quite been to all of them, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, I've had enough of that monastery. It's a pain in the ass. Let's
Guys,
go around this orphan city.
I think y'all are forgetting something really important. I think they have like beer there, or some sort of liquor.
Didn't they have a distillery?
Free.
We could
Dan.
swing by the Summit Hall. I'm sure they got some alcohol down there for you.
I need. Let me see.
I want to try
moment.
and persuade.
Nature.
Uh,
Who's got nature as a?
I do.
Anybody's got nature? Roll me a check, please.
Okay.
I don't got nature, but I have survival.
That's fine.
Sorry, I just stepped away from my computer to grab a drink. Nature.
Very. You, as you're talking and determining what to do outside the sounds of the normal, wildlife and the river and all that, you hear a sound of hounds, but it's not a typical hound or dog sound. This one has more of a ominous baying to it.
And I'll send the owl up in the air and go investigate.
Coming up over the ridge to the north, he sees a pack of looks to be rushing toward y'all.
All right, on your toes, boys. We got a fight coming. And I cast protection from good and evil.
As y'all are standing there in the valley, on the top of the hill and all that, you see some figures low in the brush line, the tree line, baying, but they kind of hold their distance for a moment and then kind of back into the tree line, out of sight.
So what went outside the hellhounds?
Well, you saw them, but they basically came up over the hill line and were baying at y'all, but then backed up into the trees and disappeared a little bit. You have the owl still trying to track them?
Yeah, he'll stay overhead and see if he can see them.
Well, the owl seems that they're making their way around the southern west end of the hill that's just north of y'all, trying to come around at another different angle at y'all. So that would put y'all. Yeah.
Are they moving pretty quickly?
Yes, they are. Oh, and we need. They come in.
I would like to cast Magic Stone and Shillelagh. Magic Stone if I only have time for one.
They come rushing in.
Which way are they coming in from?
I'm getting ready to show you. Everybody can give me initiative. Are we all rolled up? Yay! Boom.
Okay.
Who's up?
That would be Danovan.
Whoa! What dog? Whose dog is giving it to? Oh. Oh, Morthos, you're gonna get picked on a little bit. So,
Actually,
yeah,
let's see where that puts me.
Morthos already has a critical fumble given to him.
Can't imagine why it takes you guys so long to get through stuff. You guys get messed with more than any other group, I think.
Well, it's dog.
I don't understand why.
He picks
All right,
on he
I'm
picks
gonna
on
move to
rogues.
here.
But y'all can repay the favor because he's now taken over a character on Monday night, so y'all can return the favor to him on Mondays. See?
Nice.
Pig, are you really hiding behind bars?
And
Yeah.
I'm going to step back
Not very well.
and I'm going to cast Shillelagh.
Shillelagh.
And I will end my turn.
Bart.
Alright. Let's see. 40. Let's we'll just go with a, let's see, which one did he attack? 3. We'll do a chill touch at him. And we'll duck back behind Pig.
It did not work the way I planned.
I guess I'll hit him with a Ray of Frost.
Pigern's got advantage.
Yes.
But he's got from number 3 there loses 10 feet of movement.
Number 3 is lost 10 feet. Okay, thank you. Okay. That's Onyx. Murph?
All right. So, hold on. I'm losing track of my map here. So, I am going to cast Fairy Fire. There we go. So I should be able to get all 3 of them there with Fairy Fire.
Okay.
So let me target these guys. Okay. 1 second. All right. So, did they all save? Fail.
No,
Fail.
2 failed, 1
Success.
saved.
All right. So just select the effect, and it will apply it to the ones that failed, or.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Cool. And yeah, I'll call that. And well, actually, yeah, I'll call that an end to my turn.
Big, you've got advantage, so don't forget.
All right, if I wanted to cast a spell, is that going to use my? I wanted to cast a spell on Bart. Is that going to use my advantage?
No, it's only
I don't wanna
for in a
waste it
roll
on
where
that.
you have to do an attack or save.
Okay. All right, so I want to smack Bart on the back while I'm casting protection from good and evil on him. Where'd it go? So do I just drag that over to Bart?
If there's an effect on it.
Yeah.
Yep. There you go.
Okay, and that was a first level spell.
And I think that it's. Hold on, let me check something here. Oh, darn it.
It's concentration.
Yeah, but it's. Yeah, hold on. I think it is coded wrong on the player's handbook. Let me put this in real quick. If type. No, it's there. Okay, type's there. Good. Okay, I fixed that. No, that's on free. See, it's. Damn it. Hold on.
It's fixed on that one too. So there was an update in the last version.
Yeah, but it's Bart. He dragged it over to Bart, and it didn't fix it. The type's missing. I'm putting it in right now.
Oh, it has Fiend in there.
No, the word type has to be in before the parentheses
gotcha.
on, or it won't key it right. We figured this out from something Free had done a while back. He had it a while back ago, so it's there now.
Okay.
But I need to fix it in
so-
the book.
So Pig, it looks like you put it on both you and Bart.
Yeah, you can't have it on you.
Shouldn't have.
Yeah, it's on
Okay, I
you
didn't-
too. So let me remove it off. There we go.
All right.
Bart's got it on him now.
Okay, and I want to run up toward these dogs here. Yeah, let's make the whole movement.
Oh,
I think I
shit.
can go 30. It's
Shit,
been a
boy,
while
just
since
jumping on in there.
Hey man, I got to fight some evil.
Maybe you should have put that spell on yourself.
Yeah.
But I appreciate it.
I'm a changed man. A night of drinking will do stuff for a person.
Are you gonna pass your
Alright,
turn?
Does that mean you're not going to split the party up anymore?
Change is a process.
All right. So one won't get that, but he will. Let's see. All right. Has a vent, but no. Bye. This thing. It's Morthos, you see this thing run up on you, and he comes down. He puts all fours down in the middle of his run, and he's like skidding to a stop. And you see him open up his mouth, and a blast of fire comes billowing out of it, and you make your save.
Before you roll damage, let me put on my resist fire.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, just put it on there, but
Never mind, it did. It partially resisted.
yeah. Okay.
And I'm also going to use my cutting action to half that damage.
Okay. All right, and Free, the same thing is going to happen to you. pig, the same thing's gonna happen to you.
Ooh.
Al do anything? Just
He's
keeping up.
staying up out of reach.
Yeah, that's what I figured as much. Just checking. All right, Morthos.
All right. Seeing I know there's a critical fumble coming, I'm going to pick up the small little rock or stick laying in front of me and swing with that.
Oh no, dog! You just took your critical. You're gonna throw a rock at him, huh?
Or a stick. I mean, I'm in melee, so I'll pick up a stick or something like that and swing my little tiny wooden unobtrusive stick at him and fumble.
So, all right, roll me a d6 though. Oh no! So you should have access to make sure that the critical hits and fumbles table's open in your book, in your modules, and you'll need to open that up and
Fumble
throw
or
me
fumble effects?
fumble effects.
Fumble effects.
Oh. Gotta roll twice on the okay, hold on. Let's get the first one. So the first is a weird reflection of some kind of magnifying glass ignites you and does 1d6 fire damage. Oh, how nice is that? So you will take half of that. 3.
Okay.
Right? You try to strike a random ally with your best attack or spell. Extra actions. The fire must have blinded you. So it looks like that we're going to welcome Danovan to the Death Dealers here by a first level spell attack to Danovan. Morthos.
Okay, so my best attack would be a backstab with their rapier. My second best would be my 2d10 from my firebolt.
Whichever is your best attack or your first level spell.
Well, it says DM's choice. That's why I was telling you what they both were. My best spell is 2d10.
There's 2 of them?
My back attack
There's
is 1d8 plus
Okay,
2d6.
so let's do...
Doesn't he have to have advantage on the attack in order to do a sneak attack?
That's
best.
the point. I wouldn't
They
be able to do a
just-
sneak attack.
You strike a
Unless you
random ally.
Did you take Swashbuckler?
No, not
No.
Swashbuckler.
No, you try to strike a random ally with your best attack. So, whatever that best attack's at, I'm not even looking for clarification. If that's the best attack, then that's what it's rolled. So
Would he even have time? Because he'd have to drop that powerful stick and pick up his sword.
extra action and movement granted if necessary. So,
All right, well, if
hit
you're
him with
dead
this
set on
action.
doing this,
Hit him with this. I was going to tell you.
Oh, oops. I had 2 things targeted.
So
oh, you missed me. So.
Yeah, you missed him though. That's fine. So you swished around with your rapiers. As always, it likes to misfire every now and then. Your rapier for some reason, and
I'm just glad you didn't throw it at my owl.
yeah.
Again.
Yes, and Danovan, you're sitting there, and all of a sudden his rapier comes flying right over your head, almost takes off a little locket of hair. Then his excitement. And Morthos, are you moving
I'm
away?
using my cutting action to disengage after I make a melee attack.
All right. Back at the top of that order, Danovan.
All right, I'm gonna move into attack position while using silent speech to Morthos and be like, "Dude, come on, watch the swinging." And I'm gonna.
You're only one of the voices in my head's talking.
Wait, why do I have
It's
advantage
such a
on?
refreshing change that he's not attacking.
He's got. I think it was an effect that was thrown on him, right? Or from that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, the fairy fire.
Nice. And
That's some kind of powerful sling you got there, man.
Yeah, I used magic stones. I'm gonna back up to here, and actually, no, I don't want to do that. I want to be over here. I'm gonna move over to there, and I'm gonna cast magic stones again with the bonus action,
Okay.
and I'm gonna pass my turn.
Bardicus.
All right. We are going to chuck an acid splash at these two.
Holy, what the hell? Oh, they success. Oh, I thought those were attacks. I was going to say, you lucky bastard, but those were successes.
Huh.
They both succeeded their saves.
All right. And I guess I will retreat over here.
The magic stones from your kidneys. Now that's kind of funny. Yeah. Successfully passed.
The material cost of that spell would be too high. I would never cast it.
Murph.
I summon them from other people. That's
Well, Bart and Murph give them freely. So,
Alright, so
oh boy.
I am going to come over here and hopefully have an angle on this Hellhound 1.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I've got an advantage on him anyways. Not sure.
Two of them do because they're fairy fired.
Yep.
They're lit up.
So I am going to
Whiffled.
I'm glad I used that advantage well. Alright. I'm gonna talk to myself and hopefully pump myself up for this next attack.
Pig.
All right, that's 3, right? Let me target him. Yeah, so I need to manually turn on advantage when I attack. Or
On 3, he's already got grand advantage attack. You already, he's already set up for it.
okay.
Yep.
All right, then I will wing my battle axe at this hellhound. Back, you foul beast! Oh, did it roll twice?
Yeah, I sure did. You got a hit.
Okay. All right, and I want to, since I hit him, I want to use my divine smite, so I'm going to drag that to me.
That's extra damage. Mm-hmm. Correct.
And since it's a fiend, it should be even
It's
more
already
better. so-
It's already coded in there.
Perfect. All right.
See?
Wow.
Rolling.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Y'all see that?
All
Y'all see how my
D8s.
god came to my side and barely smote this guy?
yeah,
Y'all,
but he singed him.
all right, I'm gonna attack again. I've got one more attack on him, so I'll do it myself this time, Lathander. Yeah.
Does that make you better?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's looking pretty.
Yeah.
He's looking pretty bad. Yeah.
All right, that's all I got on this turn.
Oh. The first one turns and haunches up and pulls in his breath again on you, free, and lets it fly.
I do that every round.
Only if they recharge it right, and he recharged properly. This one will.
I'm going to use my Stone's Endurance on that one. Got some.
The second one, he has got, so He takes a bite out of you. Well, why was he at disadvantage?
Mixing some good and evil.
Oh, thank you. Okay, because he had advantage from pack tactics, but all right, very well. Hellhound over here tries to bite Pig and misses with it. Wow, what are you sporting on a shit, Pig? At 21? Damn, son. All right, he misses too. Morthos.
Run around to get flanking on him.
Most certainly. All right, Danovan, you just got a critical hit from a Mai.
Nice shot there, Mort.
I was waiting for the disadvantage.
No.
And then disengage to get out.
Yeah, oh yeah. All right, you've got a critical hit, so light him up with your hit first, with your damage.
Okay.
That's right.
Let's see. I don't want to waste this. What if oh, I'm sorry, I'm not used to being a caster on this. Alright, I'm gonna move to here. Actually, move to there. And I'm going to... Where's critical? There it is.
Oh, you already, the hit's automatic. Sorry. Yeah, so you just all you had to do is hit your critical and throw your attack. Yeah, so that did that. Perfect. Now, go to roll
I
me a
gotta roll on the table.
Yeah, roll me a d6 first.
Alright.
All right, yep, so now you got a table roll. If desired.
Yeah, that's so good.
Does anyone want to tame one of these things?
I would love a hellhound pet.
I've got one.
It's in his pocket.
Can I try doing a nature check with advantage?
On your next turn.
Alright. Leave one of them alive. I say that to each and every one of you in silent speech.
Bart.
Alright. We will. Pop a sorcery point. And we'll chuck a chromatic orb at these two. Hit on both. And we'll throw some cold damage.
Nice.
Yeah. 1 and 3 are not looking pretty.
And I'll just hang here for this one.
The fire's waning in their eyes.
That's one down.
All right.
Ah, that's the one I was gonna go for.
Nothing.
I don't know if I quite call that nothing. Okay.
All right. So I'm going to run up here and take a shot at Hill. Oops, not with the dagger. Yeah, this guy. Alright, actually hit. I knew that pep talk would work out. Yeah. Alright. And I am going to yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pump up my friend Free here with some bardic inspiration as a bonus action. It's probably a little wasted by now, but
Hey, give it to Pig. He goes next.
yeah, we can do that. So I'll do Pig then. So let me untarget this guy and target Pig and bardic inspiration. Did it?
Tell him how
Yeah.
proud Lathander will be of him for slaying these demon beasts.
You got this, bud. You can do it.
I could do this. Bad dog.
All right, and that's it.
Pig?
All right, I'm about to take this dog for a walk with my battle axe. No, come on. All right.
Wow.
Use your D8.
You
This is
can,
why you shouldn't talk smack before you roll your dice.
so you can use your
Yeah.
bardic inspiration if you want.
Oh yeah, I'll use that. Do I just need a?
You got to roll
Throw
it. You roll it and add it to the highest of the number, which is a 13. So a 16 will hit.
Yay!
Thanks, Murph. Feeling
See, buddy?
inspired.
I told you you could do it. You're good enough.
And you split it
smart
in
enough.
half.
Doggone it, people like you.
Okay, so I've got one attack left, but I can't. That has to be 2 hits on the same. I can't run over and attack this other hellhound, can I?
If you have another attack, certainly. You can move and attack. Sure. What's wrong with that?
Okay, well, I will do that, and I'll come up behind this creature, totally ignoring the voices in my head telling me to leave them alive, because I tend to ignore all the voices in my head. Right.
Uh-oh.
Ugh.
And he chops its head off.
With a 1.
The one. Oh.
I kiss my fingers and point to the sky.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna start harvesting some hellhound fangs and fur off these guys. They may be worse.
They
How's that for
have...
evil slaying?
Yeah, what do they have on them? They, monsters, fire-breathing fiends, the fire burns out and they all basically start to smolder in embers, and it's kind of all that's kind of left of them as they die. The insides kind of all burn up, and the teeth are there, but they look like they've taken some damage from the heat. They're of hellhounds. They look kind of brittle. Free.
All right, I won't worry about it.
Yeah. When that happens, when they die. At least that's what I'm reading at. When the hellhound dies, the fire consumes the creature's remains in a billowing eruption of smoke and blazing embers, leaving nothing behind but tufts of black fur. And so, and, stuff like that, I would think they would be damaged pretty badly. So,
Okay, no worries.
all right. What's an image? Someone's trying to put an image. Or is that me? You have fought them off.
Thanks, Dan.
No problem.
This will drop off. You've got two different protection from good evil. What's the other one on you, Free? Is one of them?
The strength effect is the Gauntlets of Overpower. The damage 26 radiant is my weapon.
Thank you. Okay, so that one stays there. Thank you. Okay, I just want to make sure they want to pull it off. Something off by bad. I couldn't remember it. Now I do. Okay. So what are we doing? It was morning time. The hounds came in. Yeah.
I thought it was nighttime.
No.
No. We spent the night, right?
The night got you got through the night, but what was happening in the morning is that they came in. What the hell are you doing? And you heard them as y'all were breaking camp and trying to get prepared to what y'all were going to do next.
Just so you know, we got a big thunderstorm here, so if I drop off, we may lose power.
You got it, man. We won't get you killed.
I say we still go after the delegation. I'd like to see if we can rescue any of them.
Where are we going to go to? Because if they got in the boat and went on the river, we don't know where they went.
Oh, I thought they...
Mm-mm.
Never mind.
No,
I thought
the tracks all ended
went
at
to the stone monastery or whatever.
No, the monastery is along that way. Now the guys, they will relay to you that on the western side of the river down some way, there were several structures that they saw, but the first one they came upon that they at least were tackling was a monastery, but there was another one that was to the northwest from them that they bypassed, but there is known to be several, and you were told about Riverguard Keep, which is farther down the river. But the tracks definitely ended at the shoreline where there were a great number of keelboats or barges, something that the creatures and people you were tracking, whatever they had, got on boats and probably proceeded to sail downriver somewhere.
So we don't know what's at that Riverguard place. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, Ed Free, what?
So I was they didn't happen to leave a boat or two behind, did they?
No, they did not.
I got the water walking, so we're good on that. I can put it on their horses, and our horses can just ride on the water.
Can you cast that on more than one person?
I can cast it on 10 people.
What's the duration?
An hour.
What have you got now? Which one is that?
Water walking.
Is it a spell or a feat? I mean,
it's a spell.
Oh, okay. Because I didn't see it. I was trying to see where you'd have to get it prepared then.
It says up to 10 willing creatures you can see within range gain this ability for the duration.
Well, if you think you can hold your horses to water walk, I hadn't heard this one before. Sorry.
And would the horses be willing creatures?
That would be all right, one action, 30 feet, duration 1 hour, move across any liquid surface such as water, as a harm result. Creatures crossing molten lava, okay, whatever. Up to 10 willing creatures you can see within range gains ability for the duration. We would...
Can I make a handle animal check?
Yeah, I was going to say you would have to have some help there to make those creatures, make the horses willing to want to walk across the water. Yeah.
Does anyone else have a handle animal? A handle animal?
Nope.
So,
nope.
Well, you're gonna.
Right. Well,
so we're gonna go across the water now. Or are you just gonna follow down the riverside for a while till you need to do something. Is it necessary to actually just go down the river?
What is directly across the river from us now?
Just hillside. Just hillside. You don't see anything particularly because of the range and the area.
What is this?
Free, can you send the owl over to across the river to see if there's any tracks just directly across the river?
Well, it's a pretty wide river, and I can only see through his eyes within 100 feet. So I think the river is much wider than that.
Yes, the river's
Okay.
definitely much wider. There is another structure.
I can send him 100 feet up in the air though, and have him look around.
Okay. Not sure if you'd be able to see.
I won't be able to
footprints
see
on the other
tracks,
side,
but I might be able to see if they beached the boats across the river or something like that.
Oh yeah, yeah. Or maybe one person could walk across the river. It couldn't take more than an hour, right?
That the structure that's across from there is kind of where they found the monastery, but there also was another structure that was off in the distance, close up in the hillside to the northwest from the monastery. So there was two structures there, and they went to that one. They went to the monastery, but they know well. I mean, you guys will see it, but you just at the moment you'd have to go down farther the river to get a better angle of what's going on from where y'all are at right now. And
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm not super familiar with where you guys have been yet, so
I really
Right now,
just
I'm-
kind of want to see these horses walking across a river.
I don't know. I kind of suspect they wouldn't be willing, so I'd rather just go look for this dwarven city that's lost over there.
So,
Well, I'm kind of gonna have to agree with Free because, right, these delegates have been missing for what, 2-3 weeks. They might be 2-3 weeks ahead of us with boats. They could literally be hundreds and hundreds and hundreds
How-
of miles.
is that what we determined by the attack site? That the attack had taken place weeks ago?
Couldn't have been weeks. I mean, it could have been days if the vultures are still there.
less than a week. There were vultures who just started to feed. The bodies hadn't been found yet, but the vultures finally found them and got to them. So the attack was fairly recent.
look, how do you expect stories to be written about us if we don't save people and make a name for ourselves?
We saved a town full of kids.
We do it by having legendary weapons and abilities.
I don't care the stories about what they say as long as I have enough money to retire comfortably.
Yeah, I gotta agree with that. statement.
Are we getting paid for rescuing these people?
Nope.
No.
The glory, though.
Well, we can embellish the stories a little bit, right?
Not
Yeah,
if we don't bring them back.
Well, if we bring them back, we can't embellish the story because there'll be other witnesses.
And we could always say we found them and they were dead and we avenged them and killed all the bugbears, and then we don't actually have to go find them.
Yeah, but what if they escape?
I love that this is a conversation.
Come on. We've,
Like,
We've-
what do we think we can get away with?
we've got to do this. Come on, guys.
You should have been here when we scanned the Green Dragon.
So let's make our way down to that structure, that outpost or whatever.
Yeah.
If we can't get the horses to go across.
Can I try and persuade the rest of them that we really need to find these delegates?
Sure.
Isn't that what we're doing?
Well, I mean, with a dice roll.
Oh,
Sure.
Okay, what do I need to roll? Just
Persuasion. Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna see if I can get Free and Bart
Okay.
to side with us.
I want to assist you in that role. So you have
Or you have
so-
advantage on it then on the roll.
Yeah. And
All right,
And then
so
they're
I'm
gonna-
gonna
do the same.
and I'm gonna roll my persuasion.
Yeah, roll that first. Yep. Now they can counter the rolls if they want with perception or
Insight.
insight. Actually, it's insight. Thank you. Straight up rolls for them.
Perception.
Insight. Roll it with insight.
Only insight, not perception.
Yeah, insight. Your insight to what you think he's doing. All right. So.
You're convinced.
I'm very compelling when I'm
He's-
not drunk.
He is very compelling, Free, that this is the right thing to do.
Well, he was right about splitting the party, so we have to listen to him.
It goes without saying. What can go wrong?
There could be up to 40 bugbears and a whole bunch of other orcs and or hobgoblins or something else. So we realize that, right?
When has that ever scared you, Free?
I didn't
This
say it
guy
was
can
fair.
turn
I'm just
into
trying
a
to caution
monkey.
Yeah.
The thick-headed iron.
You have monkey power now. Right? Like, that counts for at least like 1.5 people.
That's my whole argument right there. Boom, drop the mic.
Oh.
All right, so
What-
are we
what are
going
we
down
doing?
the river
You're gonna
bank,
head-
or do you want to try going down the river on the horses?
I want a water horse.
All right,
Well,
somebody give me assistance trying to convince these horses.
Yeah, you're gonna. Yeah, I mean, it's only an hour's for the spell, so you're only gonna get 1 hex, maybe, barely even that, because these hexes are fairly. It's. You're not
I think
gonna.
the goal is to cross the river, not go down the river, right?
I don't. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Was that what we're
Yeah.
trying to do? Just cross the
Yeah.
river.
Right.
Trying to get to the other side
That's fine. Okay,
without
so
going up on the bridge, because
so-
apparently that's an issue.
But are we sure that they crossed the river? We're not. I mean, they could have still be on this side of the river.
We don't know.
Well,
I'm
I mean-
fine with some of us going across the river and looking for sign.
I mean,
Well-
if we're going to cross the river, then let's all cross the river. Let's not split the party, please.
yeah, we could
Because I
just
don't want half
I
of
agree.
us dead because we split the party again.
there. We'll see if we can get these horses and the ass to walk across the water.
Let's get our floaties
Well,
on.
Bart's ass is always willing.
So you can get the horses across. You can ride. Y'all can be the first ever group to ride your horses, with the horses stepping with trepidation and taking them on a beeline and your ass most of all. Hopped over onto the water and galloped across. Unbelievably that you walked on water. How sacrilege!
So much safer than that bridge.
Yeah. Yeah, Pig's going, yeah, take that bridge, take that. So you get across the bridge. The water. And, oops. You come across. Now you're on the western side of the river.
Free, you want to check for tracks again?
Yeah, I can do that.
Give me a check. You do not discern anything of large quantities like you saw on the other side.
Well, they didn't come this way. Let's go find this dwarven city.
All
You wanna
right,
send
then.
the hawk out, or the
The owl
Owl.
can't really
Owl.
search for tracks.
The
I don't think that's
owl, the owl.
right, Duff. Can the owl actually search for tracks?
Well, if there's 40 of them, and plus additional humanoids.
You send the owl up. So what I will give you is that the owl will discern a little bit from the high. You're not gonna see anything track wise along the riverbank, the forest line. There's just not enough there, and he's not really seeing anything. But he does make out you've got what you definitely believe to be the monastery off to your west. But there seems to be a couple of more structures that he makes off along the shorelines farther south. One up in the hills a little ways, and there's one farther down that he's catching far off that looks to be right on the river banks.
That's where they keep all the
Let's check
beer.
that abandoned fort first, because they may be going to hide out there.
What monastery are you talking about to the west?
So they had the stone monastery. There's two places where the on the map, when you're looking at this map, there where the structure's at, this thing right here. So this there are two structures. There were two in the area. One was the monastery, but there is also another palace type looking structure. Looks a little doesn't look in best of shape, but there is, it's not that far off in a little gorge area that has a few creeks kind of running down the mountainside that then form together, then dump some water in a little waterfall into the river area.
Can you mark that place on the map?
They're just in the same area. You could put it, if you've got this other here, hold on. If
I got you. They're pretty close by.
Yeah, they're fairly close by. Just they look close by on the map, but they're not because of the hill structures and all that, So
All right, so I guess we're heading south.
Why don't we just go down the riverbank and look for signs of the boats being pulled up? Because if the boats went downriver and they're pulling them up on the bank because there was a lot of signs where the boats were dragged in and out of water, right, Doug?
Where you were, yes, where you found them there was a lot. When you're talking the number of individuals, there was going to be a fairly good sized flotilla to get that group off, onto the water and wherever they went. Most certainly.
Yeah, so I think that's our best bet of finding them is to find where they came ashore.
All right.
So as we're heading south along the riverbank, that's what I'm having my owl search for specifically. And look around for other things too, but looking along the riverbank for those type of signs of the boats coming up.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for the follow, Kush. As y'all follow along, the second structure kind of comes into view a little bit more. And that is some type of temple, or, it's kind of far up into the mountain range, somewhat. There seems to be a couple of cutbacks, trail path that kind of lead up to it. But you don't see any landing area as you continue on down the shoreline of the river.
So let's keep going down the river.
If there's no landing this way, then we must be coming up from the backside of that temple then.
And Wester didn't go to that temple. There's the abandoned fort is the circle that's further down south. So if they go on there, they wouldn't come ashore. So
there's something right on the riverbank here. So it's y'all are gonna get about halfway there before it gets to be our lovely nighttime. Let's see if we get any visitors. Well, hell
How do you guys
no.
do watches?
I normally sleep through it all.
So does Bart.
I want to.
Yeah.
They do the same thing. Nothing happened. So until you,
All right.
they usually do two. I think they do 2 watches, but 2 or 3. It's always similar. Most all the groups are about the same, But Free has an owl that he uses, that you cry over when you see popped in and out, well, Kush, we have a couple other DMs that I do stuff with that have open games that you can join. Stick around. We've got another hour here if you want to watch. Then I can give you some more information about who they are and what their channels are to get in on some of the games if you'd like. So y'all continue on. Yeah, so you make camp and you get a rest. And you proceed onwards. And the owl, I'm assuming you're sending up Free, begins to, it's flying upwards and off as it circles over, it relays back a structure that it sees. Though you're not going to see this view of it, but close enough.
Does he see boats in the little harbor there?
Oh, yes, he does.
Is there a whole flotilla of barge-like boats in there?
A few. Not as many as that, but there's a big one.
I think that's our place, boys.
Yes.
Let's head that way.
All right.
And so while we're heading that way, I'm going to have the owl do a few circles around and see if he can look in windows and doors and see what he can see.
I figured as much. So, let me get that map set. So you begin to. All right, let me get this preloaded for you guys. So you begin to make your way down the shoreline, and yes, you get closer and closer, and you then begin to make out what definitely looks to be some type of old fort, some sort that is. Come on, let me find it. Yep. Castle built right on the banks, you don't know much about it though, but you can see, the owl can see there's a few individuals walking in and around the courtyard area. There's a gate. It looks to take place on the western side of the keep, and on the south east side of it, there's a jetty, kind of a concrete or stone walkway that juts out into the water, and then there's an opening that seems to have a chain kind of draped across part of it, and inside are several smaller boats, but then there's a bigger one, and there's individuals coming in and out of that. Supplies, they seem to be several parts of the keep are being repaired, work being done on them. And he's you can't, he doesn't get a good take on how many people individual he's seen. On definitely seen a dozen or more coming in and out of different side buildings. There's some courtyard buildings. There's a couple of towers that are positioned along the water that have individuals come out, and he's caught maybe sight every now and then of a couple of hairy creatures also.
Like bugbears?
They were too far off when he was flying, but they were definitely hairy and big, walking upright.
Yeah, this is our place. Let's try to do a stealthy type.
You get closer. What he saw is also, I'll put it in the description now. The gatehouse and the keep stand at the top of a low bluff. The walls are built to the water's edge. On the riverbank, you've got the tower guard. What's that?
I wanted to maybe try something. We could try to approach. I could shapeshift into like a mount, like a horse, and you guys, like one person could go with me, and we could try seeing if they would be willing to let us in, or be like, hey, we need a place to stay. My horse has gone lame. I just need to.
Yeah, that seems like a good way to get killed.
Yeah.
Can you turn into a fish?
Yeah.
I just imagine that if these guys did kidnap the delegation, strangers wander up to their gate, they're probably going to start shooting at them.
and we're pretty sure they're in the company of bugbears, and we haven't met very many friendly bugbears.
We have killed quite a number of them.
I don't know.
Tell me more about this fish thing.
I can turn into a crocodile or like a reef shark.
If
Have
you
we
turn
seen
into a
the-
shark, I'm going to ride you.
Turn
have
into
we
a shark,
seen
dress
this
Sparta as
banner
Neptune,
before?
and just come in through the water.
What's that, Murph?
Have we seen this banner before? Did any of the bodies in the that were left behind, were they wearing any?
No, they had a red axe. Different banner.
So what was the banner? I missed that.
It's in the description.
The blue gauntlet.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Sounds like the guys in the blue armor, possibly.
Oh, here we go. How about this?
Oh,
I can cast water breathing on all of you. I'll turn into a shark, and you guys can ride me into the keep.
Yeah, what kind of armor are you wearing, Kate?
who?
Pig iron. What kind of armor?
What's that?
are you wearing? So what kind of armor are you wearing?
Oh, man, I don't know.
Get a little rusty.
Where is that? What screen is that on?
Inventory.
That's what I thought.
You're probably wearing plate or something like that.
Yeah, you got pretty heavy armor.
Oh, chainmail.
Okay.
Nope. Well, there's plate. How do I know which one's equipped?
It has the symbol next to it. One's gonna have a bag. One's gonna have it. Looks like armor, like you're wearing it.
Okay, yeah, plate. Yeah, I'm gonna sink right to the bottom, but I don't mind walking across as long as I can breathe it.
I'm trying to. Well, y'all keep talking while I'm working on something.
All right. Well, I was just if you guys wanted to sneak in, I was just thinking maybe that would be a good idea, or
He's-
some variation of that.
Jones and to try a spell. You can tell.
Yeah, I'm not a caster. I'm a barbarian by trade.
We could walk in there. How many boats are in there?
2 at the moment.
We could walk in, burn one of the boats, and steal the other.
Or we could just scuttle the boats.
I was thinking we
What
might want
benefit does
one
that
for
give us?
ourselves, but
What do we get out of that, though? Why would we do that?
Oh.
So they
Well,
can't
it keeps
escape.
I hear that one of those boats holds a bunch of magic axes.
I'm sure either of them could hold a bunch of axes, but the chances of there being a bunch of magic axes in there are pretty remote.
Hey,
You want to try a persuasion check on him again to see if you can get him to believe that?
Now, I'm not that stupid.
A deception check? Oh no, Free. We don't know about that now. That's saying a lot.
I feel
Okay.
like scuttling or stealing the boats would be in our interest anyway at some point. Maybe under the cover of darkness.
Okay, so the recon of the owl gave you an overview of what he saw from above, and this is kind of Free will in this lovingly Free's handiwork and his penmanship and all that, and his drawing capabilities. I mean, it looks just like this as he draws it in the dirt in front of all of y'all. Okay,
that's amazing.
it is amazing, isn't it? And so you've got definitely an outer, wall area. And then there is an inner courtyard with some steps coming down at several different spots. I missed this. Oopsie daisy. From time to time, there are individuals walking along the parapets and the walls up above.
What is that?
Where?
Yeah, that's the thing
What?
the arrow's pointing to. It almost looks like a underground river flowing out.
There's
Yeah,
just,
that's exactly
it's a
what it
grate system that's in the water, and there's water flowing in there. kind of flows underground. Yep.
Wow.
But it's in the although an iron grate is streamed all the way across it, just letting water flow through.
You think a croco shark could squeeze through there? What about an eel? Can you turn into an eel?
Yeah.
So, what's the scale of this map?
I think I can.
I've got the squares on it. Should be 5 feet on each square. I mean,
I see the grid. I just wasn't sure if it was 5 feet square.
yeah. It was. I broke it up some. So I will put y'all on the. But y'all are really y'all are off the map. But I put you in the upper corner map just to. What are you doing, Kat? To at least be on map, but y'all haven't decided what to do.
What is the height of these walls?
Good question. Ow, damn it, Cat, move. 40 feet. There are every building is 2 to 3 stories all around the outer side. The main building, the big one in the up north west corner, that is definitely 2 stories, if not 3. The circular rooms are definitely 3 stories tall.
What about the curtain walls in between the buildings?
Those are 20 feet minimum, definitely minimum of 2 stories up. And the owl has relayed that he's seen individuals walking across them. Okay,
Is
so
there ever anybody walking on top of the roof of these buildings?
On the circular ones, there are, not the big one. But there doesn't seem to be anything on the top, the big one to the northwest. There doesn't seem to be any type of access or anything up above what you would see if you get up there, down into the building.
So you guys are thinking stealth approach, right?
Oh, yeah. Just from my experience in that last monastery, going in and just trying to fight the whole building at once doesn't work out very well.
Yeah, the wall's free. Let me make sure. The walls are 15 feet above outside ground level. The inside walls buildings are 10 feet. A crenellated parapet faces the outside. You see there are definitely on each wall and on top of a couple of the circular up above are individuals. Looks like they're manning post or watching. So
Can Al give us the last known position for anyone that was out on the visible area?
Well, they were walking. They were manning. He saw, or she saw, whichever one he wants. There were some that walked back and forth along here. A couple individuals here. You got individuals walking along here. Plus, there seemed to be. Why don't I have? There we go. Can I unmask this, please? There were a few individuals that are on the boat, walking in, and the big boat that came off and walked in, went into the double doors that are to the building to the northwest, the big one in the courtyard area. There seemed to be some guard-like figures that come out. Several come in and out of this building here. Oh boy, this door here. There are individuals that walk back and forth this way. The circular tower to the southeast looks to be partially caved in the top as though it's being repaired or just being neglected maybe, but there's definitely not a floor on the very top of this tower here. Just seems to be kind of caved into a second floor. Same thing. There's a looks to be a structure. The ones here. There doesn't seem to be anybody or any entrance on the top there.
Who's like the stealthiest person?
Free.
Free actually is fairly still.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if one stealthy person could get me up to the wall, I can shapeshift into a cat at night, and they can just throw me over the wall, and I can scout out the place.
Oh yeah, I could definitely throw you.
Over the wall. I think that's a key distinction we need to.
How big are the windows in this?
What he's seeing?
I don't want to be flying through the window.
No, those are your
Into
typical
a
arrow
room I can't-
slits that you're seeing in your areas, and those are your they're 9 feet above ground level, about 8 inches wide, 4 feet high. They are small.
Well,
So Duff, if
So
I
a
threw,
cat
if
can
I
fit
threw him
through
over
there?
the, but Duff, if I threw him over the wall, could I make that little bay area on the far side of the castle?
If
This
you
is
okay, so let me see.
Sorry, that was a joke. Don't worry about that.
Oh, you were talking about all the way over to make him into the water. I got you. Sorry, I didn't fall for it.
cat in
Free.
the water, you know.
I'm a little slow there.
Well, I'd be really curious if there's any sort of entrances from that river that's underground. If they have any openings like sewer grates or wells
you don't
or
see
something.
you don't see any outside at all.
Yeah,
The only
but
doors
I'm talking
that,
about swimming up the
there's
underground
only
river.
2 entrances you can determine is the gate, the water area, which has a large chain that is hanging just above the water line, connected, and there are double doors on the west side that seem to be that the path walks into, and there's some doors there.
Just wondering if we could cause a distraction, set the boat on fire, and then come in from a different side. Or even pick them off as they come to put the boat out.
Well, if you do something big like setting their boat on fire, you're going to get everybody in the castle out there.
yeah.
Or to pick people off with 40 bugbears outside.
We'd know how many bugbears there were.
So I didn't hear. Could the cat fit through the 8-inch arrow slot?
No, not at all.
Really? Cats aren't 80 inches wide.
Plus, you'd have to get it up there.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. If he turns into a cat, I could give him spider climb, and he could go wherever he wants.
Don't you have to be within a certain range of that?
No, it's just one action, and as long as I
Turn the
concentrate
cat.
on him.
But if he goes out of sight, what happens?
It doesn't have a sight on it. Until the spell ends, one willing creature you touch gains the ability to move up, down, and across vertical surfaces.
Yeah, so you
And
have to
upside
touch him to
down.
start the spell, and then as long
Right.
as he maintains concentration.
It lasts an hour.
Okay, well, but the 8 inches is it depends on what size.
You look at your cat that's in your lap. I mean, that thing got 8 inches wide.
It would squeeze in there, but you don't know what's on the other side. I mean, you got an arrow
Yeah,
slit.
I wouldn't go in the window anyway, just because it's a room. I don't know what's on the inside. But if you gave me that, I could go over the wall.
I mean, we could just do that on anybody. We just loop a rope over one of the crenellations and then climb the rope or something. But we're still going to have to deal with the guys that are on guard on the other side of the wall, that are on top of the wall.
Do these things have the tops of these buildings? Do they have like
No, they
It doesn't
don't.
matter.
They look like
It's just roofs.
Yeah, well, no, they actually looks like they're even worse than that. That most of them look like they've caved in. The upper floors of the north tower and the water towers are filled with debris. They've kind of caved in somewhat, but there you can see that it looks like to be some repairs are being started on them, but they're definitely not sturdy in the upper floor areas.
Okay. You want to give me spider climb? I'll turn into a cat and I'll get up here. And what I'll do is I can lower a grappling line in like that dead space that they can't see. And then you guys can just climb the wall. Or climb on top of the building.
I think the hard part there is going to be finding a place that they can't see.
Well, where I have the 5-foot indicator, that's a dead space. Like they can't see once you guys make it to here. They wouldn't be able to see you.
Well, you guys we're sitting here, we're late morning, right?
Yeah, late morning, early
Yeah, it's
Early
late morning.
afternoon.
Yeah.
How far do we walk?
Hey guys, I've got to log off. My wife is freaking out. Convicts.
Oh,
They're in our area. We've got
Good.
cops like down the road from us. So
that's fine.
Shotgun.
Yep.
Yep.
Nope.
I
We'll
gotta
take
go
care of it.
load up the gun. All right.
Go for it. See ya. All right. Do we want to hold here? You guys want to think about it?
Yeah,
I think we're thinking about it too much.
Well, that's true. That could happen also.
my thoughts is we go in through the water on the southeast tower. We should be able to sneak around to that first door there. That's like the shortest distance to a door, other than going over the wall. But that would require some spell work.
Yeah, and then how the weight of the people's armor was an issue.
That's only if we're riding, right?
Well, just
The climbing
swimming
up,
would be
swimming,
equally
climbing.
difficult.
It's going to be, yeah.
I mean, if we want to just go over the walls, like I said, we can either throw a rope or I can cast spider climb on each one that goes over.
Yeah, is that from your staff, or are you actually casting that spell?
No, it's from a staff, so as soon as somebody makes it to the top, I can take it off of them and put it on the next person.
Yeah, his staff.
That's it.
I'm trying to remember how many charges it's got, though.
I have, I believe it's 8,
Okay.
10.
I'll go back and look at that, make sure. But yeah, I think you would have enough for I can't remember if that recharges or not either. Let me go back and pull, unless you have that.
It does every day.
Okay. You have it. Oh, is it in your inventory? Thank you. You did derp. I was gonna say, I
Yep.
figured. Okay. So, the staff recharges 1d4, 1d6 plus 4 each day. It does. Very nice. Yeah. Fine then.
So, I mean, if we want to do that, we can each take turns climbing over the wall.
Yep.
How do we
Yeah.
get out if something goes sideways?
Jump.
Pray. Better call the Thunder quickly, don't you think?
He never answers.
Constant busy tone.
Exactly.
Well,
Can you
love
hold,
this
please?
plan. Let's do it.
we could send the cat up over the wall first to make sure there's no patrols walking back and forth, and he
I have
can
an owl. He can
meow at us to
Oh,
come on up.
he's got the owl.
I have an owl.
Don't forget.
Okay.
Hey, forget that
Even
lovely
better.
owl. Yep. That I like to kill.
Well, let's do it.
So, Free, pick us a good spot to go up that you're out, don't see anybody, and we'll start heading up over one of the walls one at a time.
Basically, what he has seen is the trying to see, where is it at? There are on each wall area, there are a guard on each side, or it looks to be, an individual of some type, that they both, come back and forth and are definitely lackadaisical about it, but they're, definitely keeping their eyes out along the, toward the outside areas. But that is just on the walls on each north, south, east, and west. There's at least 2 that make their way back and forth.
Are these human guards?
Look to be human, yes.
One on each wall?
2, one on each end. They kind of that kind of cross back and forth. If you look at if you look at your pointer, there's one and on each end, and they kind of, make their rounds, talk to each other, throw shit around, and lollygag sometimes in the center, but they definitely are at least patrolling each wall. 2 per wall. You've got some heavy activity at the boat. Every now and then some stuff comes in and out, and you've got individuals that come out of most of the doors. Several coming in and out of this center area, like I said, this building here, and several that come in and out of here. Guards that come in and out and they take positions on the walls.
Okay, so if the person was walking along the gate, the best that they could see is right there. And the same thing over here. So if this person was walking like that, then we would just have to be far enough out here. Is once we pass their blind spot, we'd be fine.
Don't forget about the arrow slits in the walls.
Yeah. I say we just make it look like we are walking quietly, but we're not trying to sneak in there or anything. And if we get caught, be like, we thought this place was abandoned. We were looking to stay here for the night and just bullshit our way out of it.
It's risky.
I mean, we have to get in this place somehow, and they've got defense set up all over the place.
That they do.
Well, you guys are pretty good bullshitters. Maybe you can, maybe we can join up.
Join
or
the guard.
or I could turn into a cat and try to distract the guards on the north side. These guys.
With target practice?
Or just jump on one of them and then scurry away,
Oh, and nobody likes a burning boat.
All right, well, somebody make the call.
I didn't want to come here.
Yeah,
but you were persuaded to come here.
That's right, he was
Maybe
persuaded.
we can go and just ask if there's a delegation. We've misplaced some dwarves. They would be probably.
Hey, why don't you go do that? You're very persuasive.
You guys are funny.
All right. Well, let's just start walking toward the south, past it, and see if anyone hollers out to us.
How you
right behind you.
How are you gonna walk past it? You're on this side of the creek line. You'd have to go around it. So
Right. We're on the northwest, right? And the entrance of the castle looks to be on the western wall. At
correct.
least there's a path that leads toward
That's
the
correct.
castle.
You see a path. That is correct. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I was thinking we just walk. Can we just walk straight south from where we're at?
Oh, okay. Yeah, if you're going to come out of the mountain range area and then just continue walking toward the front, past the wall area, and proceed that way? You're talking about like this.
Just in plain view, and when we get to the entrance, we can hail them and ask for dinner, water for weary travelers. Maybe
Ones that are
staying far
walking
enough out
beside
of.
the river.
Yeah.
Do we think the delegation's there?
Well, I think it's there.
All right. Well, then let's just take it on that, and we'll just go in there.
Hairy men, boats, and a castle big enough to hold 40 people, possibly.
All right, let's head.
Or we
towards
could
the
try to do it under cover of darkness. I'm
Yeah, y'all in the middle of the
No,
day
I'm,
right
I'm
now.
saying like
Yeah.
the cover of darkness. I'll shapeshift into a crocodile. I'll take one person in there. We'll scuttle or burn one of the boats. I'll shapeshift into a cat while they're trying to like put out the boats in the confusion. I'll go open the double doors.
That's all I wanted. Set something on fire.
Let's do it.
Okay, so where are you going to position? Where's everybody going to be positioned on the map when this gets started? What are you going to be there? You want to be over by the riverside? Where are we at?
Who's coming with Danovan to do the boat thing?
Who's the best at scuttling a boat and fire?
A rogue?
Anyone who has oil, and
If we're going to do this at night, we need to be able to see in the dark.
Yeah, we'll have to wait.
I can take care of that. Or someone who already has the racial dark vision.
Which is
That won't be
not
me.
and not Pig.
Yeah, I think everybody else except for the human. Yeah, for the Goliath and the human. Everybody else has dark vision. Right?
I guess it depends on how dark it gets. If it's cloudy,
Well,
if there's a moon, or any of
How
that.
are you seeing in the
I mean-
nighttime, Danovan? You have.
I have the spell. I
Gotcha.
can cast it on myself.
Dark vision. Gotcha. Okay.
So what's everyone's thoughts on that?
I think the distraction would help. I think if we had to escape, escaping from the water side might also help, although I'm not sure I can swim out of there, but
So which side you going in on?
I'll probably enter the water up here. But higher, obviously farther north.
Understood.
and who are
And
you
then-
taking with you?
That hasn't been decided yet. Probably Morthos, I would assume. Just because, he's a rogue. He probably has some expertise when it comes to, mischievous behavior.
All right,
And
then
he might be able to set fire to the boat without, being detected.
and Bart's going to spider climb Free and Pig. Do we want to attack, or do we want to try and look and see if the delegation is anywhere? If they're going to be anywhere, I would think they'd be in the central room, as opposed to being on the wall. But it's hard to say.
Are you talking about this one right here?
Yeah. So it could be better if somebody big and noisy works with the boats, and the rogue slips in to check, but I don't want to say it, but we are kind of splitting the party.
Oh, now you're worried about that.
Well, I was just
Well-
saying, like, if we set fire to the boats and I swam the person out to the shore over here, they could beat feet over here to the double doors and be back by the time I've got them open.
Sure.
Well, let's see. While that was going on,
You were discovered.
well, you've got some visitors for that discussion, and I'm trying to bring up. I don't have a. Trying to find something that's more water based, but I don't have anything. Damn it. Damn it. I don't. I apologize, guys. That's apparently I'm gonna. Well, then I can't use those guys because they're water based. Let me re-roll it again. You guys are gonna have visitors.
right.
I don't want those guys. They're the one group I can't use. That one. Oh my god, damn it! Give me one.
We don't have to use them.
Yeah. All right.
Ice cream truck.
You are standing there along the water, off the edge, or looking and deciding what to do, and off in the distance, coming down the river is a keelboat, and there seems to be, it's got probably, let me see, you see 3, 5, 6 people roughly on it, that look to be carrying a bunch of stock goods, and traders possibly. They're coming straight down the riverbank, just floating along. But they don't see you yet.
Should we hide and watch?
Or hitch a ride.
Yeah, you begin to see as they get closer to the guard, keep on. They actually take the boat to the other side of the river, not close to. They're trying to keep to the eastern side of the coast of the river, bank line of the river.
So they're avoiding the castle?
Yes.
Interesting.
I want to wild shape into a crocodile and swim out there while staying underwater. And then I want to use silent speech to talk to him.
Okay. So you are crocodile.
I'm gonna walk up to the shore, shapeshift into a crocodile, and swim over to the boat while staying underneath the boat. I'm gonna pick a person before I submerge, and then I'm gonna have a conversation with them.
Okay. So you float into the water, and you swim up to the boat. Roll me a stealth check to see if they don't see you, unless you're gonna go far down, unless you want to be,
Yeah, I just wanted to get close enough to pick out like whoever looked in charge and then submerge. So I wanted to do that.
See. You can see a where is it? Where'd they go? One looks to be like a captain that's manning the wheel and calling out, for quick changes in poles and small sails. These are little keel boats. They're not that big, And
Sorry, you wanted a stealth check. Did they see me?
well, that's what I was in. Unless you were gonna, they don't see you.
Okay.
But you were trying to make yourself, because and now you were underwater far enough. So
I'm gonna ask him. Do you stand with the keep?
you hear this, first he turns around and he's looking around to see who the hell's talking to him, and he yells at there's another gentleman standing next to him, and he goes, "What did you say?" And the guy kind of shunks his shoulder again. I don't know what you're talking about. Your typical reaction.
I'm gonna tell him, "Fear not, friend. Fear not, friend. I'm a potential ally. I seek to rid the keep of the people who have trespassed there."
The hell did I eat this morning? What was in the food the chef made? God dang, I'm hearing crap. And he kind of shakes his head a little bit. What? And he's looking at the other guy, one of the guys standing next to him. He goes, "You all right, Cap?" I don't feel good. Take the wheel. And he kind of gives the wheel to the guy, and the guy kind of goes over to the edge of a boat just to kind of what looks like he's brushing the cobwebs out of his head.
I'm going to surface right in front of him. But not right in front of him, just freak him out or whatever, but like far enough off where he like knows that the voice is coming from me. I'm gonna tell him, I'm a druid of the Deep Grove. This is my innate power. I can take the form of beasts of nature. And I'm trying to find out what your intentions are in this area.
All right. Give me a persuasion roll.
Okay.
Yeah. He's listening and goes, "I can't believe it." He says, "We're just taking supplies on down to Womford. I've got nothing to do with the keep in that blasted place."
Why do you say that blasted place?
Well, look at it.
Do you know what resides there?
I see, I see that there's something in there doing repairs, and you can see the chain, only recently went up, and it looks like it's been repaired, but it used to be, nothing was there. We would go up and down that. We never made landfall there, or shored up there at all, but something's definitely there now. I don't know who they are. I've never had dealings with them.
Has anyone from your town, Womfit, ever had issues in the area with any strange goings on?
One second. That is going to be. He has heard that there was a mercenary group and some sellswords that had taken over the keep, and they are repairing the old castle and the structure, trying to protect trade along the river from the depredations of monsters and bandits. That's what he's heard. But he's never had any dealings with them. They're fairly new.
Okay.
And they keep to themselves. But he's never had any trades with them at all.
All right. I'm gonna make a perception check to see if what do you think? Like, I just want to see if should I keep asking this guy questions, because I don't think I've gotten. I don't think this guy's got anything to hide or.
You can roll me an insight if you want.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, that seems to be all he knows.
Okay.
But he seemed to be on. He seemed to be on the up and up.
He
seemed to be on the up and up. That's what he had heard, about this group.
Okay. I'm going to tell him, may the blessings of the eternal forest go with you and your crew. And I'm going to submerge and swim back.
Yeah, he just kind of, he's shaking and laughing in his head and all that. He had discussion with the crocodile. He's just kind of a simple man. Yeah.
All right, and I'm going to relay to them that the keep has been taken over by sellswords and mercenaries,
Yeah.
and
Right.
that all the information that they're
Yep.
protecting the riverways and all that. So maybe they're not as bad as we thought they were. If they're trying to protect trade,
Does that mean we can't burn the boat?
probably not a good starting off point, I would think.
Okay.
The arrows did spot hairy monsters that are walking upright, sound like bugbears. So I don't think these guys are going to be good buddies.
Do we know if bugbears are ever nice? I mean, other than just the total.
Don't they
raid?
hire out as muscle?
I've got 2 in my Wednesday group. They're part of it. We got 2 bugbears. We got a goblin. We've got a kobold. We've got a evil human wizard and a half-elf thief, who I am. Don't ask how we all got together. I don't know how it works. So, but anyway.
Before I release the shapeshift, I want to swim into the keep and see if I can see what level of security there is around the beach entrance.
Well, so you swim into that area, and it's got a heavy chain that is stretched across the entrance. You see just at the tip there seems to be a human. There's some type of someone that's there, standing up, just kind of looking out over, and he kind of watches the keel boat that you were just messing with as it goes, kind of on the way. Doesn't, just kind of watches it float down, doesn't reach out, doesn't wave to it, doesn't do anything. You see the big boat, the big keel boat. There are a couple of individuals and some servants, and looks like maybe a couple of mercenary bandits or sellswords, whatever, dressed a little bit differently. They kind of come in and out of it and move along, pulling stuff out. There's nothing in the little bitty boat. That's just kind of rocking there.
I want to check out this grate too, see if I can see anything on the other side of it.
No, you just see the water. Basically what you see, it kind of floats into the hole, 30 feet wide, and there's a cave ceiling about 6 feet above the water level. That's about it. And
Can I fit through there?
No, it's only a couple of feet between each post in the grate.
Okay.
It looks to be locked too in the center. Looks like there's those gates. It's kind of a gate in the center that will swing open somehow. Swing inward, open up to let something pass, smaller boat pass through if need be, but it's locked. You can see a lock hanging from the latch. But there's definitely it's definitely a good bit of a tunnel. The water flows and it goes off into the dark and down.
Give you guys water breathing and just have you guys walk along the underwater, going that way.
Unless they're friendly, we may want to try and engage them on the up and up first.
Well, we are going to hold there, guys. Now, dun, dun, dun. You will have to have a decision in place for next week, since we are at our time here and we lost. Who did we lose? Who was it?
Murph.
It was Murph, right? Yeah. So we will hold, and you guys can use the chat room if y'all want to come up with your plan of entrance or approach or attack, whatever you want to call it. So there we go. Well done, and welcome to the group. Ruckus, or we go by Danovan for this group. All right, guys. Chat, thanks for watching stream. Let me give out XP real quick, and I will. There was a couple of questions online. Hold on, and I'll pop back on here, and we can chat on the channel. Or, guys, I can just give you all XP and tell you what it does. You only had the what was it? The
Three hellhounds.
three hellhounds. Yeah. So don't sweat. I'll put that on after I'm done chatting here and all that. Don't sweat. That wasn't that much. I don't think they are. But I'll give it to you, and I'll put them out in chat, which each one of you got per for experience. But other than that, we'll pick up here next week, and you guys can figure out what y'all want to do. All right.
All right. Thanks, viewers.
Thanks, guys. All right. We will let that go. So, yeah, Kush. So let me stop the music and get this all out of the way. There are several other of us, the Fantasy Ground DMs we had that all work together, and we all play together in this Wednesday night session with the president of Fantasy Grounds, who's actually started off DMing. The guys that you want to look at are Rob Toohey, his channel. Putting it in, typing in his name. I think Geo's running a open game session. May not be. I have to look at his schedule, but I know Rob is, and I know David, the digital DM, is running it. I know FSH Schmo. How do I think he does it that way? Is running a couple, one at least open world. I think that's a good start. You can check their Twitch channels, and they have, and also would get on each of our Discord servers. So we have our announcements that are sitting out there for when things happen. All my games are all closed right now. Just happens to be that way down the road. If things open up or change, I'm going to start doing. Izzy Dog. Okay, so yeah, he was running on Wednesday, I think. It was called his Delver Society thing that he develops maps, and it's like time session scenarios that he does, and he put that on hold right now because of our Wednesday Dirty Rotten Scoundrels session for the Yawning Portal. That we're doing is, so for y'all that are new, each DM will run us one of the modules while the rest are players, and we will go through it all, switching off one at a time, doing one of the modules. I've got the Hidden Shrine of Tomoe-chan, which is what I'm running also for my Thursday group. So that's so I know, but I know he'll come back with that later because it was really successful for him. You can see on his channel and watch some of his past videos. But I know Rob's doing it. And yeah, Devil Dog he's got a Geo has an LFG posting there, and I think Lazy Tuner or Urosh, there's a couple of viewers that are running some games on and off, and you want to get on there, join our Discord servers and get in there and to listen to our announcements, and it will kind of let you know who's taking applications or when the sign up are. Like Rob's, he usually gives this out to his Patreons first, but there always usually are free open spots, and it's a first come first serve type deal. Or you can send him a Discord PM and say, hey, can I get on one of the sessions? And he'll put you in as a new player, most definitely. Anybody else got any questions before we sign off for the night? Ooh. Well, if not, then we've got, like I said, tomorrow night is the Yawning Portal group. Starts at 7 o'clock. Yeah, that's the best way to find a group. That's great. There we go. That was the answer. Thursday night, the Deadbeats, and then Saturday night is my Force Majeure all-female group, which we were off last week, so they'll be itching to play and bashing in all-male beans and skulls. So, that'd be it. I'm going to sign off for the night. Like I said, we'll see everybody tomorrow at 7 o'clock, and hope you enjoy your night. Thanks for watching.